Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about how to make gray without using black. And there's nothing wrong with using black and white to make gray. It's just if you use other colors, you get different tones and different hues of gray that you might need in your painting. So we're going to start off with the three primary colors: primary red, primary yellow, primary blue. And I'm going to use a little bit of white so you can see the gray better on the video. So first we're going to start off with a little bit of red and some blue to make a purple. A little too much blue there, so I'm going to add a little bit more red. And mix it well, because if you have little bits of unmixed paint, you're going to get colors that you don't really want in your painting. So now we have a purple mixed. Now, according to the color wheel, if we want to make gray down this purple, you use the color that's opposite purple on the color wheel, or violet, whatever you want to call it. So our violet here, the opposite would be yellow. So we take a little bit of yellow and mix that in. Again, I have too much yellow, I think, because I'm getting a greeny color. We'll add a little bit more blue. Nice thing about color mixing is you can keep adding or changing the color until you get the color you want. And a little bit more red. When you shake like I do, you sometimes get too much or too little of the color you want. So now we have a grayed down greenish black color. And it's, we're going to add a little bit of white at a time to lighten it up so you can see what kind of gray this makes. So now we have like maybe a steel gray. Greenish tone to it. If you wanted to make it a little darker, you could add some more blue. Not much paint left there. So now you got like a more bluish gray. And the same thing holds through. I think I need more red there. If you mix a green using the yellow and the blue, which we'll do. So a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow. Make a green. And to tone down the green, we use the opposite of green on the color wheel. So what we're using is complementary colors. So here we have green. You can see it, green, and the opposite is red. So we'll take a little bit of our red and mix it in with your green. You get this lovely dark color. Yeah, I think I could use a little more red to get that gray that we're looking for. And I always say go a little at a time because it's easy to add more color, but you can't really take it away. So, there. Right there. See the lovely dark greenish tone. And we'll add a touch of white so you can see what color gray it makes. The shaking is not helping. See, no matter how you mix the colors, you're going to get the same thing. So if you wanted this a little redder, maybe, just add more red. So that we got a very deep, dark black color. Add a tinge of white. And you got a different gray. It's a different tone of gray. You can do the same thing with pre-mixed colors. So if I were to use a little bit of phthalo green, and you look at your color wheel again, the opposite of green is red. So we use a little bit of red to gray it down, tone it down. Whenever you mix the three primary colors together, you tend to get a lovely dark black or a brown. They kind of gray each other out. A little bit more. So when you're using a pre-mixed color like the phthalo green, green has both blue and yellow in it. So in order to tone it down, you use the other primary, which is red. That's an easy way to remember. And you have to be careful with the color bias, which is another another lesson, I guess. Just keep adding the red until you get the color that you want. I like that nice dark color. And we add in some white so you can see the greeny gray. The hands are not cooperating today. Add a little too much white there. Yeah, I think I added a little too much white to that one. But then again, when you add too much, put some more of your dark in. A touch of red. I don't know if you can see that up the computer on the screen. The screens tend to change colors. So anyway, you can continue to, the best thing to do is play around with the colors you got and see what works. And just remember that the three primary colors will give you a dark gray, a black, I guess, and add a little bit of white to get your gray. Another way of doing it too is a little bit of ultramarine and and a tiny bit of brown. This one is burnt umber. Burnt umber has a slight red bias, so you mix and the ultramarine also has a slight red bias, so you're going to get a really dark color. And you can mix, it's a lovely dark. It's still a brown, but it's dark. If you want it a little darker, add a little bit more ultramarine. And then we'll go add our touch of white. That's a different tone of gray too. And yeah, of course you can add as much white as you need to make it as light as you want. So there. Take some of your premixed paints, like your cadmium red instead of, I used here just the primary red because I wanted you to see the colors at their primary level, right? Because a lot of the other premixed colors have biases. So they lean towards, you know, you have reds that would lean towards blues, or reds that would lean more towards a yellow on the color wheel. So I give you an orangey color. This one is cadmium red, and we're going to mix in a little bit of maybe the primary yellow to give us an orange. Not enough. A bit more. And now we can take some primary blue, or any blue you got. Try it out. To gray it down, tone it down. This works well too if you have, like, say you have a green that you're using in a landscape and it's too vibrant. So you give it a tiny touch of red and it will gray it down a little bit, tone down the color. So this is a nice, it's almost a chocolate brown there. So it needs a little bit more blue to get it to a black. There, that's better. Now we'll add our touch of white so you can see. Too much white. A little at a time. And now you got a greenish gray. And if you keep adding white, of course, you'll get much lighter. So now you have a lighter gray. Or you can add more blue to make it darker. So just play around with what you got until you find what you need for your painting. And if you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe for future videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.